Hello, I hope you're doing fine and welcome to today's devotion. Yes, if you're anything like me, you will acknowledge that it is very, very tough to deal with life alone. Things can really go tough, episodes can really go south, and we need that help, we need that hand, we need the guidance, we need protection, we need provision, we need just so much, even comfort. There is so much that we require that we cannot provide for ourselves. And so I will read two scriptures, one in Psalms, one in John. And I'll begin with John chapter 10, verse 1 to 5. And it says, "Very truly I tell you, Pharisees, anyone who does not enter the sheepfold by the gate, but climbs in by some other way, is a thief and a robber. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep listens to his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought all his own, he goes on ahead of them, and his sheep follow him because they know his voice. But they will never follow a stranger. In fact, they will run away from him because they do not recognize a stranger's voice." Psalm 23, verse 1 to verse 6. Psalm 23, verse 1 to 6. "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." This last scripture, which is Psalms 23, is very familiar with most of us. This is David acknowledging that the Lord is actually his shepherd. We began by acknowledging that none of us can do life alone. We all need help. None is self-sufficient but God. And so if he is the only self-sufficient one, then it would only make a lot of sense if we actually depend on him to satisfy our lives. And that's why, in as much as we may look for satisfaction elsewhere, we will still fall short. We will still find a gap. We will still feel there is something that we are missing. And so when David is acknowledging Jesus as his shepherd, or God as the good shepherd, he's highlighting a lot of things. And I would challenge you to go and have a study on this psalm. He's acknowledging that God is actually his provider of his physical needs, his food, and that is his pasture, the waters. He's actually the one who refreshes him. He renews his strength, that he'll actually protect him through the darkest valley, that he will even help him handle his enemies, that is those people against him. Being a king, he had a lot of battles to fight, you see. And there is so much that we can actually be facing, and unless we have a shepherd to actually guide us. One of the things I usually acknowledge that I need so much in life, but I think guidance is one of the greatest things that I really desire to have all seasons of my life. And so David was actually acknowledging that God is actually a good shepherd, and he is still the good shepherd today. In John chapter 10, it is about this shepherd who is being described. And at some point in verse 4 and 5, it talks about how for this shepherd, who is the good shepherd, the sheep will know his voice. They will actually have that close relationship to a point that they will know that is the voice of my shepherd. And if anyone else came and tried to camouflage or try to steal them away and speak into them, they will actually not respond, because they know that is not the voice of my shepherd. And Probably today we are in different positions in life. We were walking with God at some point, and we knew his voice, we knew what he requires of us, we walked desiring to honor him. But at some point, the voice of the enemy, which is the voice that is so much in the atmosphere this current generation, somehow caught up with us, and it began to become familiar, and we lost the track of the voice of the one who is our good shepherd. And even today, I submit to you that he is willing to still bring you to his fold again, that you would actually remember his voice, and you would actually forget the voice of the enemy, and actually get back. And no one is too far that he cannot be saved. The word of God says that whoever calls upon my name, that he will be saved. And so you can get into the fold, be under the care of the good shepherd, because that is why Jesus came, that he would find you and find me. So when things are really hitting rock bottom, we know that we have a shepherd, and you don't have to be out of the flock, you don't have to be out of the pasture. He's willing to bring you to his fold. And for those who are in that fold, let's keep on listening to his voice. It is a most amazing journey, and I believe that God will lead us even to the day that he comes back, that we will not grow cold in this walk and in the pasture that he's indeed leading us through each and every season. The Lord bless you, and may we keep being shepherded by the good shepherd. God bless you.